Shenandoah Valley is approximately 140 miles north to south, with the Blue Ridge Mountains on the east and the Appalachian Mountains to the west. Its width no wider than 25 miles. To the south, the valley was the breadbasket of the Confederacy. To the north, the valley was a backdoor route into Richmond. By 1860, thanks to romantic art, literature, and adventure travel, the Shenandoah Valley had already gained a unique and southern place in popular imagination. Harper's Ferry, situated in the Shenandoah Valley's northern end and strategically situated only 60 miles from Washington, D.C., became the trigger point and site of the first sparks of the Civil War, with abolitionist John Brown in 1859 staging an attempt upon the federal arsenal to seize rifles and flame support from northern sympathizers and revolting slaves. Although he suffered defeat, his action spurred tensions that led to the South's secession. Winchester, at the head of the valley, was seen as the Shenandoah's most important town and changed hands during the war some 70 times. The proximity to Washington, D.C., with the natural and physical barriers protecting invasion routes, presented an advantage seized by General Jackson in the Valley Campaign of 1862. Union General Nathan Kimball occupied Winchester by this time, and General Stonewall Jackson saw his chance to dislodge him and control the valley. On March 22, 1862, General Jackson moved north with a small contingent of approximately 3,800 soldiers and 24 cannons from Mount Jackson towards Winchester. Jackson, operating on faulty intelligence on a smaller Union force, ordered General Garnett to mount an attack against Union forces occupying Pritchard Hill. After taking heavy losses, two Confederate columns moved west to Standing Ridge at Rose Hill, home of Confederate Colonel William Wood, who had earlier served under Jackson in 1861 in the 51st Regiment of Virginia Militia and discharged to his farm for health reasons. By late the afternoon, the 1st Southern Regiment to arrive at this stone wall encountered advancing Union troops. The sound of musketry brought other Confederate units to the scene. Before long, several brigades gathered behind the length of the stone wall. According to Robert Lemon, who fought at the stone wall with his 21st Virginia Regiment, quote, "The real fight now commenced. So sharp was it, and so deadly, that it was not the sound of one or more bullets flying, but the rushing wind of leaden hail as it held past you. I was informed by the men who had been at Manassas that the later was not to be compared with it." End of quote. Jackson commented, quote, "I do not recollect having ever heard such a roar of musketry." End of quote. According to Unionist John G. Marsh of the 29th Ohio Regiment, quote, "In the excitement of battle, I could aim at them only 40 or 50 yards from me, as coolly as I ever did a squirrel. But now it seems very much like murder. They would throw up their hands and fall every time we would get a fair shot at them, and we would laugh at their motions and make jest at their misfortune. I don't hear nor can imagine now how we could do it. The fact is, in battle, a man becomes a sinner and delights at the work of death. And if his friends fall at his sides, he heeds it not, but presses on eager to engage in the wholesale murder." End of quote. By the time the death sky was falling dark, General Garnett's advancing forces were out of bullets and unable to withstand the pressure of Union attacks, and ordered his troops to withdraw. This action infuriated General Jackson, who questioned Garnett's reasons for not mounting the bayonet, and submitted his name for court-martialing, an act that was later denied. 15-year-old Private George Burwell of the 2nd Virginia Infantry fought at the stone wall and was captured by Northern forces near the end of the day. This was Jackson's only tactical defeat in the Shenandoah Valley Campaign. The following day, Sarah Catherine Kate Sperry, who lived in Winchester, visited the battle site and commented, "We walked over a portion of it, where the fight was the thickest. The trees were scarred all over and branches shot off. The ground discolored by the blood of our men and Yanks also. I got a bullet that one of the Yanks fired at our men, when our men were behind the stone wall. Brigadier General George Crook, by 1864, had become a seasoned commander who was regarded a solid and dependable fighter, and the men of the Army of West Virginia celebrated when he took command. His leadership proved invaluable at critical engagements at Antietam and Chickamauga. It was his skill and judgment that instilled confidence in those whom he would command. However, it was this overconfidence that would prove fatal to him and the Union North, which led to his defeat at the hands of Confederate General Jubal Early. On July 22, 1864, General Jubal Early was camped out on Fisher's Hill, 20 miles south of Winchester. General Crook had set up headquarters with the Army of West Virginia in Winchester. Early reconnaissance brought word to Jubal Early that Crook's battered force remained in the valley near Winchester. Seeing an opportunity, Early issued orders for his entire 16,000-man force to march north the next morning. On July the 23rd, the attack was well underway. 5 cavalry brigades totaling 5,000 men led the advance along the Valley Pike, followed by General John Breckinridge's 2-division corps. The Second Battle of Kernstown began when the Confederate troopers ran into Union Colonel William Tibbetts' cavalry picket. Union Colonel James A. Milligan's 1,800-man division were camped on Pritchard's Hill. Many of Mulligan's men were attending church services on July 24th when the distant thunder of battle filled the air. The 1st West Virginia Light Artillery began shelling the Confederate advance. Colonel Cook sent Colonel Joseph Thoburn's division to Sandy Ridge at Rose Hill. Cook sent Brigadier General William Averill to advance his cavalry division south to gain the enemy's rear. Averill's 1,500 horsemen left Winchester, unknowingly riding toward a number twice theirs. When Colonel Milligan saw the Confederate buildup, he sent his brother-in-law, 19-year-old Lieutenant James Nugent, as a courier north to warn Crook in Winchester. Upon hearing the news, Crook questioned Mulligan's resolve and questioned the accuracy of the information and ordered Milligan off Pritchard's Hill to engage. Mulligan fumed, voicing that he would fight but were doomed for defeat. By the time General Cook realized the Confederates were outflanking General Mulligan's division, it was too late. As Confederates closed in from 3 sides, Mulligan saw his brother-in-law Nugent fall and told his men, quote, "Lay me down and save the flag," end quote. Mulligan himself shot up and dying. Samuel Pritchard, whose farm was at the scene of the battle, offered his home to the dying Colonel Milligan. Samuel Pritchard recalled the colonel lingered 2 days in great agony before dying. And we are here at Rose Hill on Sandy Ridge. And I'm standing here with Sixday Metal Detecting. Guys, would you like to introduce yourself or?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm Randy.
I'm Ace.
Chris or Alexander, over here.
And there's my son who will be taking the video. So we look forward to an exciting day, and we hope you are too. Oh yeah, it's a big piece of iron. I don't know what it is.
Looks like plate to a plow, maybe? I don't know.
A plow?
That's what it looks like.
The plow? Part of a plow. We are actually at Pritchard Hill. We started at Rose Hill over on Sandy Ridge, and there's about 32 acres here on Pritchard Hill that's privately owned, and we had permission to dig it as well. And this is where we're at. So all of these bullets and buttons and things that we're finding over here are more than likely from the Second Battle of Kernstown, not the first. So, but it's still exciting. I'm going to film Chris here, show you how he does this.
What's that?
I'm going to get over here so you can hear the sound that it makes. Can you hear?
Yeah, let me turn it
Can we?
up. So like,
Yep.
there's, I mean, that's a piece of iron, but
Yep. See, it's much different.
yeah.
Much different than your typical mid-range. I'm using a Garrett AT Pro, and Randy is using a Garrett Max. So we're going to sit here and watch these guys for a little bit. Oh.
Just barely. So I was able to just like get my shovel in there just right.
Where to hit that?
Oh wait, no, it is
It's recording.
I was able to get my shovel in there just right and just ever so slightly. And pop it. I don't know. It could be a shotgun shell.
Oh.
But I stopped.
Randy here got a button. He dug a button just right up there. All right.
It's right here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a button, man.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Man, you have gotten the luck today.
But you can see it coming through there.
Yep.
See, like here's the head, wings, and right here's the shield for general service.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that's awesome. See that? Awesome. Great find.
Yep, for sure.
All right, way to go. We are going to do a test, the Mine
I
Lab,
don't even think it's that deep.
against the Garrett Max.
Hey, should be.
Right there.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Sure.
Yeah,
Not picking anything.
Change into all metal.
Yeah. Getting it now? You're right over top of it.
Yeah, right there I'm getting something.
Wait.
What's it reading at? Let's see what it's reading at on
No, I'm
here.
getting numbers.
Yeah,
But
it's jumpy.
Jumping around.
it's real jumpy, and it's not giving me anything that had I hit that, even in all metal.
Yes, I
What I
mean,
did.
And thing
anywhere
is,
from
that's
2
what-
to 72.
Now, before you dig down in there.
Okay.
Yeah, still not.
Yeah, I don't hear it going.
Now I'm pinpointing. I'm getting it there.
Where?
right where you got.
Right in the middle of that.
Yeah, you can. Let's see what it is.
Look at that. Yeah.
Next time.
Spud bar.
It's at least getting close.
Man, that pinpointer's getting that deep.
There it is.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Crazy.
Man, that is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Pretty deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much a pain in the butt in this.
Now looky there. We just showed you the Mine Lab picked that up. But the Garrett Max did not pick that up.
There is a big
But there
difference
is a
between the pulse and
Yeah.
And a price range too.
Yeah. That's very true.
Way to go, Chris, man. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Hello, folks. We're about ready to call it today. It's been a long day. It's been fun. I wanted to just show you some of the things that I found here. I've got a Confederate Gardner. I've got a Spencer bullet from Calvary. This is the back, the cap of a Spencer. And here's a horseshoe. Could be from a farm, not sure. We did find Ace found a I don't know, not a cannonball, but a percussion piece, and there were, you can see where ordnances were exploded out there. I think this is one of the ordnance pieces there. Found a number of square nails. Not sure what this piece is. I don't know what this is to. And I'm not sure if this is old or something more modern. Not real sure, but it looked interesting. I thought I'd dig it up. Good, Chris. Why don't you do a rundown on what you got here?
Well, I got a few round balls, a couple bucking balls.
Okay, so we got the round balls.
Spencer, some type of old pocket knife. And a few 3-ringers, sharps, and whatever that might be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't see
this
that
is
one.
the real big one.
Yeah, that's probably the find of the day.
And what are these? Explain what these small ones are.
Well, like this 69, they would have probably put like 4 or 5 of those things in there with it. It would have been almost like a shotgun shot going out. But they put them in with that or the round balls.
Okay. And this is from a Spencer cartridge, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Would have been just like this here. This is a bullet, a Spencer bullet with a little bit of the casing left on it. And that's exactly what that would have been right there.
Awesome. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Randy here is good.
Yeah. So I got a couple of round balls, sharps, Spencer, 3-ringer, and my finds for the day are going to be these 2 general service buttons.
Beautiful. Awesome. Look at that.
Yeah, for sure.
Good job. Great day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great day. I hope you had a great time with us. I hope you enjoyed a video learning about the Kernstown battlefield, and we'll see you on the next one. All right.